Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. Today is March 6, 2021. This is the first part series of the seasons of the donkeys. We're going to talk about the politics of our time right now, okay, and what's going on. While you'll hear some buzzwords, what are the topics that's going to be discussed both in the political and social realm? Things that are changing in this season, these next 4 years. Okay, so first and foremost, I know you really can't see what I got drawn here, but this is a person, okay, and it is in the form of an ankh, because I don't want you to think that this is only one aspect of divine law. There's a male and female aspect of divine law. We're going to be talking about the donkey side. Now, this politic or this constitution is for mostly Western governments, or governments that operate in the Western cultural government of having a republic. Okay, not like a theocracy in other Eastern countries who have monarchs and head ministers. Okay, that's a whole nother discussion, because that's the ankh in full persuasion under both divine law, natural law, divine law and natural law and cosmetic law. But we here in the West, we have the system of the donkey and the elephant. We have a constitution, and we are governed by those principles here on the Western side. So, I want to start off by letting you know that you hear the buzzwords left wing, liberal, democratic. These are ideals of the social construct, okay? Different from the political construct, which is your left hand, okay? That is your social construct. That will be your workers, your laborers, your servants, your jobs, professions, okay? In that, you'll hear a lot of people now they're talking about freedom of speech, and the stifling of the freedom of speech, liberty, going about your daily business, okay? Your job, your monetary gain from your job. So those are the things you will be hearing about. Now, the word donkey is comprised of two words, dominion and key. Okay? Your dominion, right? Your dominion chakra is at your feet. Your feet represent your actions, land, wisdom, sovereignty, liberty, and freedom. Your knees are connected to your feet. That is your sub-ego. Once you have mastered your ego, which is your passions and your stomach, because most people are driven by the passions in their stomach, food, clothing, and shelter. Okay, no matter what part of the spectrum of the ego you're coming from, whether you're rushing out to get currency, or you're rushing out to get a profession, or be a professional, or to have a talent, that's your dietary part, okay, of your cross. That's your power. Of course, your core is connected to your hips as well. That's your power, your ego. Your hands represent creative skill and talent. Your throat is your speech, and your thought. Your throat is your speech and your thought. Okay? Those two are connected. And your brain represents, on the left hand side, it represents media, government, law, and currency. On the right hand side, it represents God, you, talent, natural law, and friends and family. Okay? Now, there's a blended shaded area here. Okay? And that's in your dietary chakra. That's why the family used to revolve around a table. And you had all political aspects at the dinner table. This is also your cross. This is what it means by carrying your cross. Your mental, your social, your political, and your kingdom or your spiritual. Okay? And your dietary. Those are the 5 stations of the cross. Back to donkey, right? Dominion. It means to rule, control, with superior power and authority. So you're going to see government try to gain more control over the working class of people, left-handed people. However, governments, right, are persons too, okay? Or corporations are persons too. They fall into 2 categories. They fall on both sides of the cross, okay? We're only going to talk about the left side right now. The right side is your business, okay? That's the elephant. Strong, uh, kingship, leadership. That's that side. But we're only going to talk about the left side because we're in that season. You have to be mindful that key, the word key stands for to guard or to secure something, okay? So when we are working in a donkey aspect, people look for job security, uh, security in their speech, security in their persons, security in their day-to-day things, or in their ego, their power. All right. Corporations have rule over you when you are in their establishments. When you clock in, they have rule over you. Okay. The word corporations has corp in it from corpse, meaning one who is dead, one who does not make their own decisions. Okay, a corp. Key is also used in the world of taxonomy. Okay, taxonomy meaning tax, ono, or my one tax. Okay, but the word taxonomy is also the science and the classification of arranging and dividing things with number, name, and title. Okay, number, name, and title. Those are categories. These are laws and principles when you have a classification of objects. Okay, a corpse is an object. It is different from a living, sentient human being. Okay, one that has a constitution. Now, corporations have a constitution. It's called their bylaws. You yourself have a constitution, okay? A living constitution, based off how many bones you have, how many senses you have, uh, how how do you function. These are constitution. These are laws and principles. Natural law. Currency is different from money, okay? That's why I'm talking about the worker. Currency is different from money. Money is gold and silver. Currency is energy in motion. So it can be your thoughts and your action. Energy in motion. Money, right, is measured by either hand to hand or brain to brain. Currency also does hand to hand and brain to brain, meaning that's how you can generate currency or money. We operate in the world of currency now and money, but currency is a derivative of real money. Okay, you can watch Hidden Secrets of Money. He breaks down what money is, what currency is. Okay, it's a good lesson. 7-part series. You can watch 6 and 7, I think, the part, and he will break down currency and money. The aspects that you can tell the difference between currency and money. There's nothing wrong with currency, but there are evils to currency, and there's evils to money. Currency can be cut off, meaning that it can be stopped in motion. Okay, that motion can be stopped by stifling creative thought, by stifling movement, by stifling speech, by stifling hand-to-hand work, talent. That's how your currency can be cut off. One of the best analogies of having currency, since we talked about master servant, right? Left brain master servant. If you have masters, you own your masters, talking about masters of art, copyright, music, right? Your master, right, is below the creator. Okay? So, God is above you because he is the creator. You are the master of self, the I am, right? That's your constitution. You create a master, right? And that master is employed to be your servant or slave in the business of bringing currency and money in. That's why you're hearing bringing the wage up, because the wage is not a just balance between your political and your social. When the people's currency is cut off, they have not the power to gather together and to create their own destiny. That's why things may seem askewed. That's why God said he wants a just weight and a just balance. You have to have a just weight and a just balance in your life, both social and political. You can't be all extreme on one end and all extreme on the other. You can't be all extreme in your monetary gain and have no extreme in your spiritual gain, or your earthly gain in your spiritual gain. You have to have a balance. You have to cover the four corners. Okay? YHWH, Yahweh, or Yahweh, as they would say in the modern days. Okay? Yah meaning power, and Hawa meaning to exist, or way meaning to exist. Hand to hand, brain to brain, right? Depending on what side you're on. This is hand to hand. Left side is hand to hand, meaning it's your skills that you use with your hands, right? Brain to brain is your creative thought that you use to draw currency in, all right? On your left hand, you have skills, physical, your body strength, and your silver. Okay? On your right hand, you have your creativity, your mental, and your gold. Okay? But the scriptures tell you that a good name, Proverbs 22, a good name is rather to be chosen than gold and silver and favor. Okay? Why a good name? A good name is associated with credit. Okay? Credit can either be good or bad. Okay? No credit is bad. It's only the name that is attached to the credit that is bad. Okay? When you have credit, right, you can have favor with people. Credit meaning you're credible, meaning your name is good with people. Do you think Michael Jordan will go to a restaurant and he will be paying for the meal? No, of course not. Because he has credit, he has good name, he has a favor. Just by him showing up to the restaurant, the manager, the owner, right, will gain notoriety for his restaurant, and not only will bring more customer and more revenue into his establishment. At least that's how it usually works. Now, Um, this is why we also see the Messiah operating in his capacity, both overcoming the donkey. The donkey represents stubbornness, persistency, meekness, um, labor, wages, um, and endurance. Okay, that's what the donkey represents. Burdens. Okay, you have to have endurance to finish the work. But the Messiah came in riding on a donkey, or riding on a colt or ass, meaning he has mastered his lower passions. All right, he mastered his lower passions, the ego, the stomach, and raised up his consciousness, his elephant, his political status, right? Your name, political status, secure party creditors, sovereigns, um, those who are placed in authority. He has mastered that aspect of him. Did he throw it away? No. He just learned how to use it at the right time, right season, right atmosphere. Okay? So you can find that in Matthew 11, chapter 11, verse 1 through 11. We also see the Messiah giving a parable of the master and the servant. John 13 and 16. Where he says, is the master greater than the servant? The master is not greater than the servant. What is greater than the master and the servant? It is the creator of the master and the servant. Okay? The servant does what he is dutiful or responsible for doing. The master has responsibilities to do what the creator has told him to do, in both regarding his talent and his servant. You understand? So right now there's an imbalance going on. You have the masters, the government, corporations, who are in balance with each other. The masters today are the bankers. The bankers control the ego or the masses of the people. They have inflated the currency, right, causing an imbalance in the system. So now you're wondering why you're trying to work so hard. You're putting in so much energy, so much currency in, but you're not receiving back that same energy. That's because there is an imbalance in the currency. You have to go and look at the Federal Reserve balance sheet. Just type in Federal Reserve balance sheet, and you will see it's been inflated up. Okay? So the currency is no longer, that currency that was issued is no longer good. So you have to come back to credit and money. Money is gold and silver. Okay? Now, you have a constitution. Constitution means to set in order, to fix, to cause to stand. When you stand up in your constitutional, in your God, governmental nature, and man. Okay? That's your constitution. We're going to break down that more as we go along into this. I want you to look up the 7 Hermetic principles and laws. Word, sound, vibration. This is your harmonic principles. Those who are in the music industry understand the different colors. Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Violet has a vibration, right, in your chakras. I didn't put the tree of life in here, but I have the cross and the Ankh, but the tree of life is also in here, the 22 paths, but we'll get into that later. When you are hermetic in your political, social, kingdom, and mental, when it's in harmony, you will be at peace. This is what the Messiah says, that the kingdom will not be with observation, because it is an inner work. It is an inner work that you must work. Okay? So, we touched on worker, servant, job speech. You're going to hear a lot about that. You're going to hear a lot about money. You're going to hear a lot about skills, uh, about different laws that's coming up, changing the rules to the game. Um, and you're going to hear a lot about family dietary aspects. But you have to remember that your diet consists of it should consist of spiritual, social, political, and earthly things. Meaning your diet, where you live, your environment, the people you hang with. Friends, skills, and wealth. Okay? Get you some. That's it for now. We'll talk more as this lesson unfolds, but I hope that you have gained some knowledge of what the season we're in, what to look for, what aspects that you're going to be here talking about as it becomes rebalanced throughout the time. You can see some of my other videos where I talk about the rebalancing, how as inflation comes, they inflate the currency away. It has to have a reset. You heard about the Great Reset. Well, that Great Reset is the balance between currency, money, and credit. It's out of whack, and it needs to be rebalanced. Shabbat Shalom, peace and blessings. I hope that you continue to tune in. If you've been blessed, please give a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family. Leave your comments below, questions or comments below. And see you next time. Shalom.